Hello everyone. Hi guys. All out there. We are here for the law prep aspirants, the future lawyers. Yes, with a new video, very bubbly, very chirpy, full of energy, animated and vivacious, right? Vivacious. Now, we have studied the paper, the sample paper that CLAT has offered. We have read between the lines, each and everything they have asked us. Don't justify the things or don't anticipate the things, just seeing the topic. I want you to be here with the new topic, subject verb agreement. The whole world is facing a problem, a great challenge in front of us. All of us have to be together. Yes, together. Avoid social gathering. Maintain physical distance, but be together. Stay tuned. I have a beautiful book that I've referred to as per the CLAT consortium has asked us to do of grammar, Brennan Martin, for an exercise. So you have a surprise in the end, a quiz you would do and we would discuss it and you will enjoy doing the quiz. So let's begin with our first rule about subject verb agreement in togetherness according to the topic. Subject verb agreement, the other name of the topic is subject verb proximity. Subject means the doer of action. The person who is involved in the action is called the subject. Verb means action. So there are two things, subject and the second thing, verb. How they are interconnected, what is the proximity in them, what is the agreement they face, we are discussing it. We have singular subjects, we have plural subjects. We have singular verb, we have plural verb. Now when we talk of subject, we have a person, one person as a singular subject and two persons naturally as a plural subject. We have a division of the verbs. You will see I have divided a table. Please note this table. We are going to 100% get a question on this in the examination. And the questions would be based on this table. Note it. What are singular verbs? See, singular verbs are framed in 5 methods. The first method, verb plus s or es, is called singular verb. The second, we use does, that is also singular. Is a helping verb. It can be combined in 3 ways, Well, we'll do the verb sections. In the coming sections, I'm going to do the verb section. I'll tell you the rules. I'll tell you all those tricks. The minute, meticulous efforts you have to take while doing this will all be discussed. Is combined with 3 helping verbs, either with verb third form in the passive voice, with verb ing in a continuous tense, a progressive tense, and besides that, no verb when it is a simple, indefinite present tense. Then we have the usage of was in the same usage and has. So these are singular verbs. Now turning to the plural verbs. We talk of the plural verbs. We have verb first form, which is considered as plural verb. Do is also considered as plural verb. Are plus V3, no verb or verb ing. I'll make a sentence for each of them to explain you. Were is plural verb and have is also plural verb. When we say the lawyer fights in the court, wonderfully. The lawyer fights. Which one I've used? See the first point I've used. The lawyer fights. That means verb plus s or es. Second sentence. The lawyer does his work cogently. Now lawyer does. Again the usage is singular. Right. He is asked a question by the teacher in the examination. He is asked a question. Is used with verb third form. He is intelligent. No verb case. He is doing his assignment is verb ing case. The tenses are different. All of them come in the category of singular verb. The next we have is the usage of was. He was doing his work is also singular. He has completed his English quiz is also singular. Turning to the plural section. With plural, we have verb first form, which is considered plural, like lawyers fight the case. See the difference in the two sentences. When I say lawyer fights the case and lawyers fight the case. Fights, singular, fight, plural. Lawyers do their work wonderfully. Lawyers are known for their argumentative skill. Since I'm with the lawyers, so I'm making all the sentences for the lawyers. You can change the subject as per your choice. So lawyers are known for their argumentative skills. Lawyers are intelligent beings. R plus no verb. Lawyers are doing English assignment is plural verb. When we use the same usage with were, they were doing the work. They have completed the assignment. All these are plural. I've made a sentence verbally for you to explain the subject verb proximity, the closeness, dividing it into a beautiful division in a tabular form so that you can use this table anywhere in any rules. We have a long list of rules. I'm taking the first 8 rules today so that it goes deep inside and you don't have to worry about the questions. Each and every rule you'll be able to understand. Be with me. Stay tuned. Don't leave in between, because then you'll be in a crisis. You won't be able to do the questions that I would give you in the end. A quiz waiting for you ahead. Turning to our first rule, very important rule, mark it, tick it, put a double tick to it. Now what is the first rule? When we use, I've made it simplified form for you. I'm too much worried because I want my students to get all the questions correct. When we use one of, or neither of, or the number of, or each of, or every one of, or any one of, or none of, we use a plural noun. Which noun? Noun is plural. This is surprising for the people, especially because they find that the noun is plural and the verb is singular, right? And we join it with singular verb, and I've also joined a possessive with it, his, her, or its. Now look at the sentence. The number of lawyers is multiplying. What is the noun? What is the noun in this? Lawyers. What form of the noun is? Plural. And the verb is multiplying. None of the culprits is remorseful of his crime. The same thing followed here. You can make any number of sentences, as many sentences you want to, because your rules are crystal clear. You would not be stuck anywhere. Anything related to this, you would not face a problem. None of the culprits is remorseful of his crime. Each of the men, plural noun, gives, singular verb, his share of property. 3 things, noun, verb, and possessive. I've taken 3 rules. So you can see how I'm making things simpler for you, how things are crystal clear, that I have taken noun also, I have taken verb also, and I've taken possessive also with it, and combined this and presented it to you in front of a rule 1. Each of the men gives his share of property. Any one of the questions has its value. It's an interesting rule. Keep making examples. Inbox all the problems you face. Don't get affected that how we're going to make the questions. The best method of doing grammar is maintain a copy. Keep writing questions. The students always say English is phobia. I would say just one thing, one advice. English is very easy. Remove all phobias from your mind. Make sentences. I am there for you to help you in all junctures, at all the problems at any state you are in. Turning to our second rule. Each, you can see an oblique I have put, that means any of the 3. Each, every, or many. You use a singular noun and the verb is also singular. Please underline all the things which I am telling you to emphasizing on. You have to do the questions thoroughly. Singular noun and the verb is also singular, means noun singular and verb also singular, and the possessive of course is affected by the verb, so it will be his, her, and its. The examples, I have made ample examples, a plethora of examples I offer to my students, and you jot down the examples with me so that you are able to do them correctly, thoroughly, meticulously, conscientiously, right. Many a lawyer does his best. Many a bovine is exploited. Each student wishes to get through CLAT. Every experiment has passed its failure. All the examples I have followed, I have kept in mind the rule, and you would find this. Any example you have a doubt, please inbox the doubt that you have. Remove all queries from your mind. I do not want my students in the examination facing any problem saying this was not clear. Sometimes they put up a question on the noun. The questions aren't tricky. They just have to put a kind of a labyrinth in front of you, and you have to come out of that labyrinth, the conundrum, and that shouldn't be a difficulty for you. Noun has to be kept in mind. Either they'll give you the noun wrong, right? Many are lawyers. Or they'll give you the verb wrong, do or something else. Or they'll give you the possessive wrong, his. So I insist on this, all the 3 points should be studied together. Most of the books and most of the institutes face this problem, and students are always confused what to use, what not to use. You are not going to be, because your doubts are not there. All the doubts are diminished. So when these things move on, the third rule of subject verb agreement. The first rule, I had taken plural noun and singular verb. Don't get confused. Make 2 examples with each rule. Maintain a notebook. Hard work is the key to success. Don't forget that. And you feel so you won't be able to do, but you do with me, you'll find things very simple. Simpler they become, slowly, gradually, you climb the ladders of success. Turning to our rule 3, third rule. I hope you're making sentences along with me. Yes. Many, several, few, a few, the few, a number of, a majority of, some. These are all adjectives. Yes, they are all adjectives. You have a plural noun added with them, and the verb is also plural. And we use the possessive there. So you can see one thing if you have noted. When the verb is singular, the possessive is also singular. When the verb is plural, the possessive is also plural. That means the verb and the possessive coincide with each other, and you have to study them in togetherness. Yes, in harmony. That is why it is called subject verb proximity or subject verb agreement. See the examples. The few Agora maniacs have hypnotized the supporters. A few books are interesting. If I make a sentence, now let's make a sentence besides the examples I've offered you. A number of lawyers or lawyer? Yes, right answer, lawyers. Do or does? Do their work, right? See, the difference is the number of lawyers does his work. A number of lawyers do their work. You can see the difference in the two, a number of and the number of. Point to be noted, my lord. Don't forget, right? We have 2 more examples to be studied in this. Many students listen to the teacher and do their best. A number of law aspirants give their best in the examination. That is why our results speak, and action speaks louder than words. So we always speak by our results, and this year also we are going to do the same and repeat its history. 4th rule, police. See, these are all nouns. Police, people, gentry, cattle, poultry, children, men, women. I've just taken just to keep an idea. Everybody knows it, but you shouldn't make this error. And clergy. Now, with these nouns, what you have to keep in mind? With these nouns, you have to keep in mind that they will always be not used in plural form. Means you would not, what do I mean by no plural use? Note, we will not have a word like children's or men's or women's. I know, all of you know it, but the errors you make in this is gentries, cattle's, people's, police's. No word like gentries in English. And second point to be noted in this, besides plural usage, plural verb is always used with their. Now look at the example. Progeny are highly vulnerable to danger. Clergy have nothing to do with immortality. If I make police has or have arrested the people who came out of their houses, what are you going to use? Police have. You would wonder, by the word police, are you able to make out we are talking of one man? No. or 2 men? No. So what do we do? Always plural verbs. Stick to the point. I don't want you to follow the rules blindly. Understand the rules. Very important. They go into your mind, hit the nail, and yes, then you are able to do the questions with perfection, with confidence. And when your rules are clear, you move smoothly, wonderfully. Right? Rule 5, a very important rule again. See, these rules are not complicated. I've told you to understand this chapter. It's very important you make examples along with me simultaneously. Fraction value. When you're talking of fraction value, if the fraction value is plural form, the noun added is singular, so verb is singular. Means you can have two constructions in this. If the noun is singular, the verb would be singular. If the noun is plural, the verb would also be plural. See, I've jotted down two examples for you to explain you the difference. First example, 2/3 of the apples are rotten. When I say 2/3 of the apples, what is the noun? Plural or singular? Plural. And what is the verb? Plural, are rotten. 2/3 of the verb, singular noun, singular verb. Simple rule, easily graspable. You're easily able to understand the rule. Let's move on to rule number 6. Rule number 6. Rule number 6 is very important. Usually students make an error in this. First point that has to be noted in this is more than one. When I say more than one, it has a singular noun and a singular verb with it. And singular noun and singular verb, it's his and her. Means you use singular noun and you need a pen to underline this. Yes, bring a pen all of you to underline it. More than one, singular noun, singular verb plus its, his or her. See the example. When I say more than one, any student gets in the mind is that there's more than one thing. So when there's more than one thing, the verb would be plural. But it is not so. The subject is very close to the verb. So more than one student has passed. More than one discovery has its value. See, it's not compulsory. Using possessive is not compulsory ever. Possessive is your choice. You use possessive pronoun or you do not use. Why I'm taking possessive along with this is because you do not make all those errors which usually students make while doing questions. And my students would not make these errors. I'll be coming up with a connected rule with this in this situation. So when you have in this question to be noted more than one. So in that case, when we have more than one, we have singular noun, singular verb, and when it is plural noun, it will be plural verb. Both the things have to be kept in mind while doing this. Next rule, rule number 6. के बाद rule number 7. Right. When we talk of more than two, anyone except one means besides two, anything except one. In that case, it is plural noun and plural verb. Plural noun and plural verb, both the cases. More than two lawyers do their work. More than two lawyers do their work. Now, when we talk of more than two lawyers do their work, it means in that case, we are taking two. So, interconnect this rule with the previous rule. When I say more than one lawyer does his work, and I say in this rule, more than two lawyers do their work. You can understand only the difference when you apply rule number 6 and rule number 7 together. Rule number 6 says more than one, singular noun and singular verb, and more than two, or more than 3 or more than 50, whatever may be the number you take. In that case, it will be a plural noun and plural verb. In that case, now turning to rule number 8. Rule number 8. The plus adjective plus plural noun plus their. Very, very important rule. The plus adjective. Please see there's no noun. So this adjective will do the role of noun. This adjective will do the role of noun. And we'll have which verb? Plural verb. And we'll have which usage? There. See the examples. If I make the example, the rich have no heart. The licentious suffer in life. The dandy rule the world. The dandy, very important saying I've taken from the list of the books that I prescribed you. Oscar Wilde. Yes, the model millionaire. The dandy rule the world. Now I do a quick recap of the rules so that the quiz I have to offer you, the quiz becomes easy for you, simple for you to do. Let's begin with the rules that we had. Rule number 1, a quick recap of the rules. When we have the rules, one of, neither of, the number of, each of, every one of, any one of, none of, we would have plural noun and singular verb, and it will be his, her, or its. So in that case, when we have the number of, in this we had a plural noun and singular verb. Quick. Each, every, we had a singular noun and singular verb. With many, several, few, we had plural noun and plural verb. With the number of nouns offered to you, you always have a plural usage. You don't have a plural usage, but your verb is always plural. We have a fraction value, which is plural. The noun is plural. The verb is plural. The noun is singular. The verb is singular. Yes. Rule 6, more than one will combine with more than two accordingly. And if it is more than two, plural noun, plural verb. More than one, singular noun and singular verb. Rule number 8, with the plus adjective, it will be plural verb, always, no noun, adjective becomes the noun, and plus there. I've tried to make the things as simple, as crystal clear I could do so. Now I have a quiz, very important quiz, yes. Note, I have written down, this exercise is specially taken from Brennan Martin, prescribed by CLAT Consortium as per the second sample of CLAT has come. They have prescribed a book. They want you to refer. We had a number of questions. I prepared a long list of questions. I've been working day and night, burning the midnight oil for you. And burning this midnight lamp, I want my students to come out victorious. So I'm offering you a choice here. This is exactly almost the same. The questions, I've just, presented the questions to you. First question, let's go together. You will write your answers in your notebook. You will cross-check with me the answer is right or wrong. The cost of all these articles, when we are talking of cost, so cost of these articles, don't be misguided by the word articles. The cost of these articles, cost is singular, so verb would be also singular. So we have two singular verbs, has, we have second singular verb, is. Either has or is, because this is verb third form and it is not passive voice, so our answer would be has. Yes, the first answer is has. Right. Turning to a second question. There, I'm not writing the answer because I want you to write the answer in your notebooks. Yes. There dash many objections. The rule applied is of rule of many. Tell me the rule. We have two rules. Many has a singular noun and singular verb. Many has plural noun and plural verb. So in this case, we will have a plural verb, and that plural verb is are. Why are? You must be wondering how quickly I judged it. See, we have two plural verbs, have and are. There is no verb third form, so I'm moving on to are. Third question. One of those fellows. Which rule I've applied? Tell me. Quick. Yes, you've come up with the right answer. First rule. One of those fellows. See the usage. Plural noun. Dash stolen the watch. Now, verb would be plural or singular. You have to, in the examination, you don't have to be after solving the question. Revise the rule in your mind. Just speak singular verb, plural verb. Singular verb, plural verb. Which one has to be there? Now here, when it is there, it is plural noun, so the verb will be singular. If verb is singular, two options, has and is. And look back to the question, what is it? Third form, stolen. So what will be the answer? Has. Right, has. Next question. Each of the suspected men. Each of the suspected men. Right? Plural noun. The verb would be singular. Same rule, first rule. It will be singular verb, plural noun and singular. Don't get confused. See, it's very, very simple. Plural noun, singular verb. Singular verb is has. Singular verb is. We are moving to which one? Right. Has. Next question. 2/3. Now which rule I'm applying? The rule of fraction. Now in the fraction rule, you have to see the noun is singular, plural. Which noun is this? If it is a plural noun, it will be plural verb. It's a singular noun, it will be singular verb. 2/3 of the city. Singular noun, so verb would be singular, is. Right. 90 rupees. Now we are talking of rupees. I'll come up with this rule in the next session, the next video. When we are talking of amount, we take in singular form always. So the answer here I'm taking up is has. I'll be discussing this rule in the next video related to subject verb agreement. Many a takes a singular noun as well as singular verb. Singular noun and singular verb. Many a lawyer has cogent, is cogent. Two answers. Now has doesn't have a verb third form, so what will be the answer? Speak it loud. Yes, is cogent. Police. I know you're ready with the answer so quick, and this is what I wanted. Before I read the question, you're ready with the answer. I knew this. Now police, plural verb. So the answer for police would be plural. Third form is there, right? So the answer would be have. Police have arrested the thief. More than, next question, 9th one. Yes, you're there, I hope. I know you're not yawning and you're there with me doing the things as per the questions. When you get all the questions right and you just feel you've devoted half an hour and you're, coming out bubbly in the cheerful manner with all the answers right, that glow is something different. Yes, it is something different. The 9th question, more than one judge. When we are talking of more than one judge. But the verb would be, yes, singular. And there's third form, so what will be the answer? Has given the verdict. The last question. The beautiful, which rule? Loud, 8th rule. The beautiful, the plus adjective. The beautiful, are or have. Two options. Now when we are talking of in this, you can see this is a passive voice sentence. I'll be discussing all those things, all those rules of the verbs also, how you can mark so quickly within a fraction of seconds, lightning speed, you are able to do the questions. Sometimes not even to read the choices. Such tricks I will tell you to do the questions, and you will enjoy doing them. So the beautiful are liked by all. It's a passive voice sentence. Before I end my session, I want to tell you this topic is not complete here. We have done 8 rules of subject verb agreement. In the next video, I'll be coming up with more 8 rules of subject verb agreement, new questions, new choices, and you have to be there. But it's very important, these 8 rules you are done with. When you're done with these 8 rules, only then you'll be able to understand and interpret the next 8 rules. So it's very important this forms a firm foundation and you have your building not to collapse. Stay tuned. Thank you.